oftentimes film and they get to log in and watch it. So, I forgot. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a water. Does anybody need a snack? You always need the Snickers bar.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get that. I gotta grab something downstairs.
Wait and see if other people are coming, but I can get started, guys. Oh wait, are there people on here? I don't know. Y'all good if I sit down and chat with y'all?
We do have a cord in case you want to eat overhead.
Okay.
There's Snicker bars if you guys are hungry. You're welcome.
I was just trying to make sure this is the one, right? So people can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Tanae Wade. I graduated from Central in 2016 with my BSW, and I hold a master's degree in social work from Delaware State University. I'm licensed in the state of Ohio, and currently work as a clinical therapist here, well, not here, but in Dayton, so down the street, for a residential program for young single mothers. Yes. So I've done a lot of different things since I left Central State. Still have plans to do a lot more. But really just wanted this opportunity. I can talk to you guys about my journey. I can talk to you about my time here, but really wanted an opportunity for you guys to ask me questions, to share with me a little bit about who you are, where you come from, and what you are pursuing during your time here. And then because I am an alum and active in the Alumni Association, if there are things that we can do as alumni to support you, then those are things that I want to hear while I'm here with you today. Is that cool? Y'all willing to tell me who you are?
My name is Janaya. I'm from Cleveland.
Okay.
I major social work, but I want to add a minor in pre-law.
Oh, that's nice. What year are you?
20.
Okay.
My name is Jada. I'm from Cleveland. I am a major in psychology, and I'm here to attend.
I'm Jada as well. I'm from Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
My major is social work as well, and then 2020.
Okay. We met already, friend. But where you from?
I'm from Dayton.
Okay.
Yeah.
What school did you graduate from?
I was
Say it again.
Carol.
Say that with pride. You don't gotta be
Yeah.
ashamed of that. Listen, I graduated from Northmont.
Yes, I'd rather graduate from Northmont than Carol.
It's the same thing.
Mhm.
It's the same. Well, that's exciting. And you are a junior, senior,
I'm in class of 2020.
2028. All
I'm
right.
sorry I'm loud, I didn't eat much today.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Okay, so that's exciting. So I got some social work majors in here, psychology major. Cool. Well, what do I need to know about what's going on at the university right now? How can I support? How can I help? What y'all want to hear from me?
Where can I find major specific scholarships?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So when I was here, I had a professor that helped us with that. Is Nikita is still here, right?
Uh-huh,
What's her last name now?
Dr. Nikita Jackson.
Jackson.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Funny story. When I first graduated from Central, I worked at a youth shelter in Dayton. It was, yep, I worked at Daybreak. And that's actually where I met Nikita. And that was 10 years ago, I think. So I've known her for a little while. So very excited for her that she just recently got her DSW. But anyway, sorry. I was gonna say we had a professor here that helped us to look for major specific scholarship dollars. And I know that that's probably something that Nikita can assist you all with as well. But aside from that, the Office of, what do they call it now? Student Services or something like that? What do they call it? Is that what it's called? Student Services? They can also support you all with identifying scholarship dollars. But I'll tell you guys the same thing I just told the last group. Some things you just kind of have to get up and go on your own to look, and to do Google searches. ChatGPT is your friend for the right reasons, y'all. But utilizing that to ask ChatGPT, like, can you help me find scholarship dollars or scholarship applications for social work students?
There's an app, I think, too, right?
Yes, you can use that app.
ChatGPT, Grok, and OpenAI.
Yes. Utilize that. Definitely search on your own. I know there are other dollars out there that may not be specific to your major, but may be specific to where you're from, or other things like there are scholarships that are specifically for Black students or male students or Black male students, that sort of a thing. So don't necessarily limit yourself to scholarship dollars just for your major. Especially if there are other opportunities. But I would say Google search, but also tap into Nikita. She's a great resource. And also student services can help you with identifying some of that stuff. Also, you're from the Dayton area. So did you ever apply for scholarship dollars from the Dayton alumni chapter?
Yeah, they helped me out last year.
Okay. Well, those dollars are typically available every year, so keep applying. Keep applying. You said no?
No, I said I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah. Definitely every year the opportunities are there, and then you guys as well. What county is Canton? That's like Akron. Like what's close to there? Akron. Okay. I know that there is an alumni association that's very active in your area in Cleveland.
Yeah, but the only thing with that is you have to go to Cleveland Public School.
To qualify for the dollars?
Yeah.
Wow.
All 4 years.
Hmm.
So she wasn't gonna get it.
Dang. Do I have any other funds available?
They have this one, like College Now, they have also, yeah.
Okay. I would definitely say keep checking, and then even if you just connect with the alumni in your area, maybe there are other scholarship opportunities that may not necessarily be attached to the alumni association, but they may have information and resources to support you guys with that sort of thing.
Yeah, because I have one since I graduated from my middle school during the COVID year, they gave everybody there, they helped them pay out people's tuition
Oh, well,
for years throughout college.
that's really dope. That's
That is
good.
awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, definitely tap in with alumni in your area. Do you guys know how to do that? You know how to connect? You guys know who Keith Perkins is here at the university? So he is over the alumni, National Alumni Association. And so he works for the university. He's a good point of contact. I believe his office is in.
Is it next door?
Yeah, I believe it's next door. But yes, Keith Perkins is a good person to connect to, so you guys can connect with alumni that are in your area. You don't have to be an alum to connect with alumni. That's really important. But also take advantage of the opportunity this weekend to introduce yourself to alum that you see walking on the campus, and just hold some conversation. You never know who you may meet. I was telling the story earlier that last year I met a young lady who was a social work student, and we just happened to be talking because she stopped and introduced herself to me. She needed a field practicum placement, and I was able to connect with her. And because of the role that I had at that time, I was able to offer her a placement option last year. So you just never know what saying hello and introducing yourself may do. So don't be too afraid or too nervous to put yourself out there, because it'll make all the difference. What other questions do you guys have? Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so my name's Tanae. I got my BSW from Central in 2016. I also have a master's in social work from Delaware State. So I'm just having basically a fireside chat with you guys about where you are with things, what support I can offer to you as an alum. I can share with you guys a little bit about my experience here at Central if y'all want to hear that. But I really just want this to be meaningful for you.
What do you do?
What do I do right now?
Mhm.
So right now I am a clinical therapist for
Really?
for single moms, 18 to 30, that are in a residential program. So I work at a place called the Glen. And so I don't know how familiar you guys are with Iron's Dog Food Company. Have you guys ever heard of that before? Iron's Dog Food? Well, Iron's Dog Food Company was actually started and founded by a Dayton native, Clay Mathieu.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so Clay Mathieu, he became wealthy and all the things.
He's rich.
And he's deceased now, but he and his family do a lot of philanthropic work throughout the Dayton community, really nationally, but they do a lot of work in the area. And so something that was near and dear to his wife's heart was supporting single mothers. And so they started a program called the Glen at St. Joseph. So it's a 36-unit residential program for single moms between the age of 18 and 30. They can have up to 2 children when they move onto our property. No older than the age of 5 at the time that they move in. And the young women have to be working towards some sort of degree or certification program, and they also have to be employed. And so we provide them with life skills training, life coaching, things like that. And I am one of the therapists there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you do your master's in person or online or both?
So I did my master's online through Delaware State, and because I did well here while I was at Central, I did the advanced standing program, and it was about 11 months.
Well, they did accept you for advanced standing?
Mhm.
And you graduated here in 2016.
Yes.
That's awesome. So what year was the accreditation for us?
So when I was a sophomore, Central State started going through the accreditation process. So Dr. Charlotte Allen came on at that time and started that process. And when I graduated, we had conditional accreditation. And
Okay, that's what the word I was looking for.
yes, it was conditional. And then I think about a year later, we were a fully accredited program. And so I was able to move into the advanced Indian program.
I got it reaccredited with Dr. Allen in 22. She hired me, and I applied in 17, and then they
Okay.
got back to me in 18 and 19 to start in 19.
I love Dr. Allen.
Mhm.
She's actually one of the reasons that I didn't give up and
Mhm.
decided to stay at Central. So
Absolutely.
I jokingly tell students at Central, don't throw tomatoes at me when I say this, but I didn't start my college career at Central State. I started at Kentucky State.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I know, very ghetto, very ghetto.
Is it
Like,
that
yes.
bad down there?
It just wasn't for me. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the
Somebody
university.
told me Central's way better, and I was like, that's
Well,
good to
Central is
hear.
way better than everything.
I know.
Just to be clear about that.
That's
But
awesome.
Kentucky State just wasn't for me. It's near and dear to my heart. I love it very much. But it just wasn't the place for me. So after a year I left, I came here. But life happens, right? So life was life, and when I was here, y'all, I was tired. I got married, I had a baby, I was like sick when I was pregnant with my daughter. It was just a lot of different things that were happening. And Dr. Allen and now Dr. Ebony, who was also here at that time when I was here, they were holding my feet to the fire, mine and everybody else's that was in the program. Like, they were demanding that we show up for ourselves, for our university, and they didn't let us quit, and they expected great things from us. So I always credit them with my success because they pushed us and pushed us hard.
They were awesome. We miss them both.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from Dayton. I graduated from Northmont High School, if you're familiar with that. But I
You work in Dayton?
I do. So the residential program that I work at is on the east side of Dayton. So it's about probably about a 25-minute drive from here.
You take interns there?
So we do take interns. However, we only take MSW level interns.
Social work training licenses.
No, you
Okay.
don't have to have your trainee license, but we do require that you're MSW student.
Okay.
But we take volunteers.
Mhm.
We're always willing to accept a volunteer. And we have various different programs throughout the year. We also do some parenting classes, coaching with moms, different sessions, things like that. So we will always welcome students to participate in some of that. We also welcome BSW level students to maybe even host some of the classes that we're having for course credit if professors allow it, or volunteer hours. Questions?
What made you get into social work?
So that's funny that you asked me that, because that has been the question all day long. I didn't want to be a social worker. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I quickly discovered that I didn't like blood and I don't like weird smells. Yeah, so when I figured out that I had a weak stomach, I was like, okay, I want to help people, but like, this is not the way that I'm going to be able to do it because I don't like blood. And so I went into psychology at first, was my major, and shifted when I learned a little bit more about social work. I was a little ignorant in the sense that I associated social work with like child welfare. And I was like, I don't want to be a baby snatcher. I don't want to, like all these things that people associate with the field. I just didn't want to do that stuff. But when I learned a little bit more, and actually my freshman year had a social work course as like an elective, and it was an intro to social work course. And so I learned a lot about the field. And then my sophomore year changed my major. So it's funny because I said I didn't want to work in child welfare, but that was actually my first job after graduation.
I was just surprised that.
Yes, so I worked in child welfare for 5.5 years after I graduated from Central. So I initially started as a traditional caseworker. So traditional cases of abuse and neglect, the really bad stuff, the stuff that, people weren't necessarily being honest when they called and reported people, and then kind of the in-between. But then I transitioned almost 2 years in, transitioned to working in delinquency. And so in Montgomery County, they have a children's services unit that is dedicated just to young people who have been involved with the justice system. A lot of them have been adjudicated on felony level offenses and are in need of placement outside of the home, whether that is incarceration, residential treatment, a group home setting, or a foster home. And so I worked with those young people and their parents, working to reduce recidivism with them, but then also ensuring that they got the treatment that they needed. So that was really fun, probably my favorite job that I've had thus far. And then after that, I did school social work for a few years for a nonprofit organization in Dayton. And then at the tail end of my time there, transitioned into management. And then just recently, I have shifted to the residential program that I'm at. So I've been there about 2 months now. Any other questions that you guys have?
Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
Okay, come on, I'm ready. This is your time.
So I just like, okay, so like you interned like during college, right?
I did.
I'm trying to see like after you graduated, how did you land the job? Like what steps would you recommend to like really secure a job? And like I can see that you transitioned to different like forms of social work. Cause I want to do that too. I just don't want to work in one field like my entire career. I want to explore options.
So what's really important is how you show up to your field practicum placement. And so I can say that from my own experience of being in practicum, but then also being someone that supervised people that were students here at this university and others, it's really important how you show up. My field placement was not in a position to hire me because of funding. Had they had the funding, they likely would have hired me. But because of how I showed up there and I worked my butt off while I was in my placement. I learned everything that I could. I was a good student. So they actually helped me to land my first job. So I used them as a reference. I also had really strong connections, like I said, with Dr. Ebony and Dr. Allen. And so have always been able to use them as a reference. I mean, Miss Ebony wrote me a recommendation letter for me to get into my master's program. So my advice to you is how you show up to practicum matters, even if your field placement has told you that they won't be in a position to hire you. That does not mean that they are not connected somewhere else and can't potentially open a door for you. So that's really important. Staying connected to your professors, because oftentimes social work professors are social workers outside of the classroom, right? And so they have connections in the community. And I mean, even myself, when I was in a management role, I would reach out to Miss Ebony or Nikita and say, hey, I have this position available. Do you have a student that may be a good fit for this role that I could potentially interview? And I've interviewed Central State students for roles before. So definitely ensuring that you show up fully as a student and establish really good connections and relationships with your professors. But show up as your best professional self when you're in field placement. It really makes a difference. Any other questions? Aside from that, LinkedIn is important. Make sure you create a LinkedIn profile. Indeed is great. Also make sure that you utilize career services here at the university to the fullest extent that you can. Make sure that your resume looks right. I was telling the young ladies that I just spoke with at the last class to utilize, because you guys are like in this digital era where you have access to everything at your fingertips. Even though I graduated in 2016, we still didn't have access to technology in the same way that you guys do. But I was telling, your computer's about to die.
That's fine.
Okay.
Make sure anybody who has a question,
I was telling them
I forgot it's
to
missing.
utilize resources like ChatGPT and all of that stuff to help you to create your LinkedIn profiles and your resumes. Like put your resume in ChatGPT and tell it to update it and fix it in a way that it sticks out to employers. But then, more than anything, show up as your full authentic self, but always remain professional and don't be afraid to put yourself out there and talk to people. It's okay to reach out to, organizations or employers to say, hey, are you hiring? Are you willing to take an intern? What opportunities do you have available? Even if, you're not necessarily hiring for anything, can I still send you my resume? And if something